start going through my house.
That's all I'm saying. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't understand. Easter. I see a chocolate Easter egg. I see a plastic Easter egg. I see a board Easter egg. I want to celebrate a big white bunny. I'm just confused. I don't understand. What is this whole Easter thing all about?
Jessica, let me see if I can help you with that confusion. Here, right here. Okay, Easter is all about that. The traditional Easter is about bright pastel colors. It's about Easter eggs. It's about bunnies, chocolate bunnies, and Easter rabbits. But let me tell you why Christians celebrate Easter. When we celebrate Easter, we're not celebrating the traditional Easter. We're celebrating the Easter. We're celebrating because Christ died. We're celebrating his death, his resurrection, and his burial. His death, his burial, and his resurrection. It was prophesied long ago that a child would be born, and that child would be born to save the world. That child was Jesus Christ. He was born into a world as a man, so he could suffer as a man. And when he he was plotted against, he was betrayed, he was denied by some, he was even hurt by some of his friends. And he was made to suffer public humiliation before many, before hundreds. But on a Good Friday, or Black Friday as some call it, he was marched from Judgment Hall to Judgment Hall, bearing the cross that he was supposed to be crucified on, along with two others. When he was crucified and he hung on the cross, they pierced him in the head with nails, and then they pierced him in the side with a spear. But it was law back in those days that a body could not hang on the cross during the Sabbath. So the Jews asked the rulers if they could take if those people's legs could be broken to help hasten their death. So when those soldiers came to Jesus, he was already dead. So his legs were not broken. And so the scripture was fulfilled that not a bone in his body shall be broken. Okay, Jesus' body was removed from that cross by two men. They wrapped him in linen as they did for Jewish burials and placed him in a borrowed tomb. But early that Sunday morning, when Mary Magdalene got there, he was not there. He had risen. Jesus' resurrection signaled his triumph over sin, Satan, and death. He paid the penalty for man's sin. Had he not risen from the dead, our faith would be in vain. God allowed his son to go to the cross so that we could live. He allowed his son. He gave his very best for us so that we were able to spend eternity with him. So, when you see people celebrating the traditional Easter, that's okay. But please, 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 remind our children as Christians, remind the weary folk as Christians, the reason that we celebrate Easter is because Jesus rose and gave us triumph over death. So, I hope that helps with your confusion about what Easter really means.
I got it.
Okay.